Tired of string trimmers that either lack the power to tackle tough weeds or die halfway through your yard? I've identified the 5 string trimmers that genuinely deliver on performance and value. Our rigorous testing process, which includes weeks of real-world yard work across different terrain types and weed densities, has revealed exactly what makes the best weed eaters worth your investment. Each one has unique features that could be perfect for your specific yard needs, so make sure to watch the complete list. You'll find all the links with the best updated prices in the description. Here we go! Starting off at number 5, we have the DEWALT 20V Max String Trimmer with a 5 amp-hour battery, and what immediately caught my attention was the folding hinge design. This thing literally folds in half for storage, which is a game changer if you're dealing with a crowded garage or shed. I know storage might not sound exciting, but when you can actually fit your tools where you need them, it makes a real difference in your day-to-day. The 14-inch cutting swath handles medium-sized yards really well. You're not making a million passes to get the job done. What I noticed during use is the variable speed trigger gives you solid control over the power. You can dial it down for lighter grass near flower beds, then crank it up when you hit thicker weeds along the fence line. There's also a high-low speed control switch, so you've got that extra layer of power management to stretch your battery life when you need it. Speaking of the battery, the 5 amp-hour capacity is no joke. It'll get you through most typical yard work sessions without needing a recharge halfway through. Plus, if you're already in the DEWALT 20V Max system, this battery works across all those tools. That's real value right there, especially if you've already got their drill or impact driver. The quick load spool system makes line replacement actually tolerable. We've all been there, fighting with string that won't feed right or gets tangled up. This one simplifies that whole process. DEWALT built this to handle thick brush too, so it's not going to quit on you when things get tough out there. What really convinced me was that combination of portability and genuine power. The folding feature isn't just a gimmick, it's genuinely useful for real-world storage and transport. Keep in mind though, with that 5 amp-hour battery attached, you're looking at a bit more weight than lighter models. It's not a deal breaker by any means, but if you've got a huge property or physical limitations, it's worth considering before you commit. Link is in the description. Next up at number 4, we have the Ego Power Plus 56V POWERLOAD Trimmer, and the POWERLOAD feature alone is worth talking about. This thing lets you reload trimmer line by just feeding it through the head and pushing a button. The trimmer automatically winds it for you. If you've ever wrestled with manual line winding, you know exactly why this matters. It turns a frustrating 10-minute job into something you can do in seconds. The 56V ARC lithium battery system delivers serious power. You're getting up to 45 minutes of runtime with the included 2.5 amp-hour battery, which handles most residential yards without issue. What impressed me during testing was how this thing cuts through thick weeds without bogging down. The high-efficiency brushless motor keeps the power consistent, and it's noticeably quieter than gas models. The 15-inch cutting swath is slightly wider than what we saw with the previous trimmer, so you're covering more ground with each pass. The telescopic aluminum shaft adjusts to your height, which really does make a difference when you're working for extended periods. Your back will thank you for that adjustability. Variable speed control with 2 speed settings gives you flexibility. You can ease up around delicate plants, or ramp it up when you hit dense growth along the property line. The IPX4 weather-resistant construction means you're not worried about getting caught in damp conditions either. The battery charges fully in about 50 minutes, so even if you need a second session, you're not waiting around all day. What really sold me was that combination of the POWERLOAD technology and the raw cutting power. This isn't just a convenience feature, it's a genuine time saver that changes how you approach line maintenance. Keep in mind though, if you've got a massive property, you might want to grab an extra battery with higher capacity to avoid mid-job charging breaks. Link is in the description. At number 3, we have the BLACK+DECKER 20V cordless string trimmer, and what really stands out here is the automatic feed spool system. This eliminates the need to bump the head to release more line. You just keep trimming, and the line advances on its own. If you've ever had to stop mid-job to fiddle with string that won't feed properly, you'll appreciate how this keeps your workflow uninterrupted. The power drive transmission delivers more power from the motor directly to the cutting line, so you're getting faster cuts through typical yard grass and lighter weeds. It's not designed for heavy brush like some of the models we've looked at, but for standard residential trimming, it handles the job efficiently. The 2-in-1 functionality lets you convert from trimmer to edger in seconds, which adds genuine versatility when you're working along sidewalks or garden beds. The 20V max battery system is compatible with other BLACK+DECKER BLACK+DECKER 20-volt tools. So if you're already invested in that platform, you're adding to an ecosystem you can use across multiple projects. The 2 amp-hour battery gives you enough runtime for small to medium yards. It's smaller than what we saw with the DEWALT at 5 amp hours. So if you've got a larger property, you might want to grab an extra battery to avoid stopping mid-session. What I appreciated most was the lightweight design, combined with adjustable handle and height positions. This makes it comfortable to use for extended periods without the fatigue you get from heavier models. It's also noticeably quieter than gas trimmers, which matters if you're working early morning or in a neighborhood setting. Keep in mind, this is built for typical residential use rather than heavy-duty tasks. If you're dealing with thick overgrowth or very large properties regularly, you might need something with more power and capacity. Link is in the description. Next up at number 4, we have the Worx GT Revolution 25 12-inch trimmer, and what immediately stands out is the genuine 3-in-1 versatility. This converts between a string trimmer, a wheeled edger, and a mini mower. That's one more function than the 2-in-1 we just looked at, which matters if you're trying to consolidate tools in a tight storage space. The command feed technology is where this thing gets practical. You press a button to release more trimmer line on demand without stopping your work or bumping the head. It's a similar concept to the POWERLOAD system we saw earlier, but this keeps it simple with just a button press, no manual winding or fighting with tangled line. Mid-job. The adjustability here is genuinely impressive. 7 different handle positions and 6 rotating head settings mean you can dial in the right angle for whatever you're tackling. Whether you're reaching under a deck or edging along a curved garden bed, you've got options. The twin rubberized wheels add stability when you're in edger or mini mower mode, which helps with getting those straight lines along sidewalks. The 12-inch cutting swath is noticeably smaller than the 14 and 15-inch models we've covered so far. You'll make more passes on larger areas, but for small to medium yards, it handles routine maintenance without issue. The motor runs at 7,600 RPM, and the 20-volt system delivers consistent power for typical residential trimming. Battery charges in just 1 hour, which minimizes downtime between sessions. Plus, if you're already using other Worx tools, this 20-volt battery works across their entire PowerShare lineup. That's over 75 tools. So you're adding to an ecosystem rather than collecting orphan batteries. What really stood out was how this balances versatility with straightforward operation. It's not trying to be the most powerful option out there. It's designed for homeowners who want multiple functions without the complexity. Keep in mind, though, if you're regularly dealing with thick brush or you've got a large property, the 12-inch swath and 20-volt power might feel limiting compared to the higher voltage models we've already discussed. Link is in the description. Before we reveal our number 1, be sure to check out the description below for the freshest deals on each of these items. And finally, number 1, we have the VARSK 20V cordless string trimmer. And what really sets this apart is how it combines smart technology with genuine user-focused design. The auto feed line system here works differently than what we've seen. It doesn't just advance on demand or require button presses. It actually feeds fresh line automatically as you work and self-cuts the excess length. You're literally never stopping to adjust string mid-job. The 2-in-1 conversion between trimmer and edger happens with a simple 90-degree rotation button. Press it, rotate the aluminum tube left, and you're edging. It's straightforward, without the complexity of some multifunction designs we looked at earlier. What impressed me during testing was the stabilizer wheel. When you're edging along sidewalks or driveways, it keeps everything balanced and gives you those professional-looking clean lines without wandering. At just 5.3 pounds, this is noticeably lighter than models carrying those larger 5 amp-hour batteries. The 180-degree adjustable handle and 80-degree pivoting cutting head mean you can dial in whatever angle you need for tight spots, under decks, or around garden beds. The motor runs at 8,700 RPM, which delivers consistent power through typical yard grass and lighter weeds. You're getting two 2 amp-hour batteries here, which gives you over 30 minutes of runtime. That's solid for small to medium properties. The motor overheat protection is a smart addition that shuts things down automatically if you're pushing it too hard, then lets you restart once it cools. Plus, 6 bonus replacement spools and a 1-year warranty add real value to the package. What really convinced me was how this balances practical features with ease of use. It's not chasing the highest voltage or widest cutting swath. It's designed for homeowners who want reliable performance without complexity. Keep in mind, though, if you're regularly tackling heavy brush or very large properties, the 20-volt system and smaller batteries might feel limiting compared to higher-powered options. Link is in the description. Now you know exactly which string trimmer has the power, battery life, and cutting performance for your specific yard without wasting money on an underpowered model that leaves you frustrated with half-finished edges. All the links with updated prices and current deals are in the description. Check them now because Amazon prices change constantly and these models move fast.